you guys make a movie, you better come back and let me know. I ended up here homeless on the street because my family turned against me and the city of New York turned against me. I'm trading stock with the money that I made from mining gold and diamonds here in the 47th Street Diamond District. The quarantine has not affected me in any way. I've actually been isolated over here when many people have not been around. My name is Rafi Stepanian, and I am also known as the New York City gold miner. I had a background in the jewelry industry as a diamond setter, and from diamond setting, I winded up in 2011 mining gold and diamonds here on the street, which the city of New York is recognized for.
It may seem like this man is digging up dirt, but in fact, he's mining for gold and precious gems in the heart of the Diamond District in Midtown.
Rafi is thoroughly convinced there's gold in them there expansion joints.
It's been in there for years. I mean, it's embedded in there.
I'm able to see pieces and items on the floor, which tells me that if there are bigger items on the surface, then there are also smaller items under the surface. I have to uncover crevices where there's dirt and mud. As you can see over here, I just removed a piece of gold.
And all of this is done with nothing but a tweezer and a butter knife.
Rafi says jewelry manufacturing, especially in the old days, produced a lot of little gold flakes. And he says some of those flakes had to end up on the workers' feet, which he assumes then got transferred to the sidewalk and eventually washed into the cracks.
I ended up here homeless on the street because my family turned against me and the city of New York turned against me. This also included the federal government. I have multiple court documents in the Eastern District Federal Court and one in the Southern District Court. The city of New York tried to shatter my credibility, and in doing so, they attempted to insult my intelligence and tried to make me look like I was something that I'm not, which I'm not really going to reveal at this point. Everybody attempted to try to cover up their lies, and they tried to use me as a scapegoat, and I just became sick of the system. And I winded up here out on the street, and I've been here for 11 and a half months. I'm trading stock right now, and I'm gonna get out of this situation. So some of the money that I made from mining gold and diamonds on the street, I converted into some cash after 9 years, and I put it into the stock market. And I seem to be doing very well in the market. For now, I'm learning, and I could have made a lot of money over the past 5 months, and I didn't, but I learned what to be careful of and to be a bit more aware of the trades that I conduct to be a bit more profitable. So now I know how to look for stocks, and I'm pursuing some good stocks, good companies, and this is going to turn around pretty soon. The stock market I saw as an opportunity to make money to supplement a situation that I wasn't able to work in the jewelry industry. I'm a master diamond setter. I've been a diamond setter since 1984. I'm very well known in the jewelry industry by a lot of people, but I'm also hated for my honesty. I turned to the stock market because I found the market to be a very lucrative opportunity, as well as an opportunity to learn how to do something new and utilize small amounts of money in order to increase those amounts, in order to increase by the value of certain companies that I'd be investing in. I learned about the market through researching penny stocks, and I came across a company by the name of Amarin Corporation who had Vasepa. Vasepa is an omega-3 pill which has docosahexapentoic acid and icosahexapentoic acid. It was known to be one of the best omega-3 pills that was on the market for cardiovascular patients and to reduce arteriosclerotic plaque. It was to be used in conjunction with statin medications, and then further research and my understanding of the biology behind it, I began to research Vasepa, and it led to other stocks, and then finally I began to research forums, and I began to understand where lists of stocks were available, and I began to look at those lists, and then I began to assess stocks that were on those lists doing fundamental analysis. So here I'm a homeless person, stereotypically that is. I'm not homeless in my mind, and I'm moving thousands of dollars in the stock market that I've accumulated from mining gold here on the Diamond District sidewalks And I did this over 9 years, and I converted that money into cash, and I invested that money into the stock market. Just 2 weeks ago, I had dumped $9,000 rather than holding the stock, and then I ended up making $12,000 off of the $9,000 that I dumped by moving into another stock. Right now, I'm holding $40,000 in equity, and that value of equity that I've put together throughout the course of 4 months trading here in the stock market, or trading off of my cell phone, trading stocks off of my cell phone in the stock market, I actually had up to a point where it was the maximum of $67,000, which I didn't sell. And that was 1 month ago. So now I'm back into another company, which is Decision Diagnostics. The symbol is DECN. And DECN has a coronavirus test that uses electrochemical impedance spectroscopy. And this is also used for diabetics. I do not want to use my equity, and I don't want to waste it on any rent or any additional resources that I may need as basic necessity, for the reason that I'm sacrificing that as an opportunity cost, which is known in business, in order to increase my capital position in the stock market, so that I'm sacrificing the amount that I could be living off of paying rent. Rather, I'm using that in the stock market as a sacrificial move in order to increase that money by investing in stocks, which I've already proven that I can do. I'm still a diamond setter. I'm still a professional in the industry. I mean, I can work setting diamonds any place, anytime. I've done some work. While I was here, I was actually asked to work for somebody on 47th Street for a few days. They had some rush jobs to do. They didn't come out as great as I wanted them to, because the castings were not as great as I'm used to. But I did do some work while I was here, and that did supplement a little bit of money. It did give me a little bit of money to survive on. It wasn't much, but I can still work. But right now, speaking about work, there is no work because the stores are closed because of the lockdown. The quarantine has not affected me in any way. I've actually been isolated over here when many people have not been around. The quarantine actually was advantageous to me because it kept people away. While people were indoors, I was actually out here all alone, so there was really very little people around me. I haven't been sick. I haven't experienced any symptoms. I haven't noticed any signs of any illness regarding coronavirus, and I'm doing well. I mean, I'm in an isolated situation and I'm not exposed to anything. So here I am in the city of New York. I'm homeless. I'm sleeping in these boxes. And the coronavirus has been a very bad pandemic right now in the city. It's caused a lot of frustration for people. And it's caused a lot of financial distress also for businesses.
Clear of the closing doors, please.